feel a disturbance in the force, as if millions of bankers suddenly cried out in terror. The IMF just said buckle up and prepare for economic uncertainty. Jamie Dimon's warning of a serious market correction. And apparently $2.3 billion has vanished from a major US company's balance sheet. Is this Lehman Brothers 2.0? We're breaking down the collapse of First Brands, the contagion risk hitting Cantor Fitzgerald, BlackRock, and spreading the end game for fiat. And stick around, because while the dollar is collapsing faster than Rome, Bitcoin payments are coming to millions of merchants thanks to Jack Dorsey and Square, possibly just in time to save the planet. We got a big one today, like the IMF said. Buckle up. Let's do this. Let's start with the spark. First Brands Group. Once a sleepy auto parts supplier, $5.8 billion in loans, then it all unraveled. Creditors say up to $2.3 billion simply vanished. That's not hyperbole. In court filings, their own lawyers admitted. Do you know whether First Brands actually received $1.9 billion? Number one, we don't know. Number two, $0. Yes, $0 in segregated accounts. Gone. Poof. The fallout? Jefferies stock is down 18%. UBS, BlackRock, Millennium, all exposed. Collateral pledged twice, thrice, rehypothecated like a Wall Street shell game. Sound familiar? Well, it should, because that's exactly what blew up Lehman in 2008. And this time it's bigger because the rot's inside private credit, the $2 trillion shadow banking system that nobody regulates. While the AI bubble distracts the world, the credit cycle is quietly detonating. Auto lenders like Tricolor, gone. Now First Brands, next. Who knows? Maybe regional banks like Western Alliance already feeling the stress. The IMF's warning couldn't be clearer. Global growth faces mounting downside risks. Buckle up. Probably nothing. And then Jamie Dimon told the BBC, quote, I'm far more worried than others about a serious market fall in the next 6 months to 2 years. That's the CEO of JP Morgan, not Peter Schiff on a bad day. And he's right. Metals are screaming, run for your lives. Gold, yet again, new record highs. $500 moves collapsing from 1,473 days to only 35 days. The cycles contract. Please see Weimar chart. Silver's up to $50. Copper, nickel, even tin, all rising together. That is not a bull market. That is signs of a panic. When gold and stocks pump together, the denominator is dying. It's the dollar collapsing. The Fed minutes dropped and they're terrified. Most members said it's likely appropriate to ease policy more this year. The real translation is that rate cuts are coming, but they don't really work anymore. Credit scores falling. Biggest drop since 2009. Delinquencies on auto loans and credit cards at record highs. FICO admits data more consistent with a recession than expansion. Gen Z is getting wrecked. 14% lost 50 points or more, and 29% of student loans are already delinquent. This is how a credit-based economy dies. Not solely from a liquidity crisis, but from borrower crisis. Now check out this chart. The Roman Empire debased its currency for 250 years before collapse. The dollar has lost the same value in just 100. That's more than double the pace. Gold and stocks rising together is the final signal. Every fiat system in history ends this way, and they all think they can print their way out of it.
If we're in a sovereign debt crisis, and I think we are, and if we're going to have a lot of inflation, I think we do, and if we're going to go to have a monetary reset, there are going to be real winners and losers. And you're not going to get a do-over. You know, you're not going to get a do-over. It's not going to be like, oh gosh, I missed it. Maybe I'll, I mean, it's like we could wake up one day and the government could say, we're going to a gold standard, we're taking the price of gold up to $20,000. Well, you either own gold and gold mining stocks or you don't. They're going to go up enormously. The same thing with Bitcoin. I mean, the U.S. could say we're going to do a strategic Bitcoin reserve and the Bitcoin price could triple. Well, if you don't have any, you don't benefit from that. So there will be, because of the risk of monetary debasement and the fact that there will be no do-over, I would just strongly encourage all of your listeners to have some allocation of their wealth into things that the government can't print. The government can't print gold, government can't print silver, government can't print Bitcoin, and the government can print dollars, and they're going to print a shitload of dollars, in my opinion.
IMF says brace for volatility. Diamond says brace for war. Larry and I say brace for Bitcoin. And we have massive news on Bitcoin payments going mainstream and just in time for America to Weimar itself. But before we bring it home today, look at our likes.
3 or 4 times, maybe.
I gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
Let's take a quick second for our sponsors who keep this show on the air over at the Bitcoin Way. If your wealth lives in their system, it's not yours, it's theirs. That's why we scream Bitcoin. That's why you self-custody. And that's why you call our friends over at the Bitcoin Way. They'll walk you through multi-sig, self-custody, privacy, how to run a node, and the tools that keep you sovereign when the fiat system pulls the plug. Don't wait till it's too late. Book a free 30-minute consult today using that link in the show notes. Need cash but don't want to sell your Bitcoin? Ledden is the global leader in Bitcoin-backed loans, issuing over $9 billion in loans since 2018, and they were the first to offer proof of reserves. With Ledden, you get custody loans, no credit checks, no monthly payments, and more. Visit learn.ledden.io/simply to learn more and get 25 basis points off your first loan. Here we go. So while Wall Street is still rehypothecating debt and losing track of billions, Jack Dorsey just made Bitcoin the default for 4 million businesses. Square announced every merchant can now auto-convert a portion of sales into Bitcoin. They can buy, sell, withdraw, and starting November 10th, accept Bitcoin payments through their terminals. If even 10% of Square's 4 million merchants opt in, that's 400,000 new Bitcoin treasuries overnight. Jack Dorsey said it best: I want everyone in the world to not have to ask for permission to move money.
How do you feel about the concept of nation-state reserves?
Well, I think it's good for the nation state. I don't know if it's necessarily good for Bitcoin. It's probably good for Bitcoin holders in the moment that the Bitcoin is bought. But like, if this ends up just being digital gold, I think it's failed. I don't think it has a life. If it ends up being a currency that people can use on a daily basis, then it's succeeded. You have to go back to the white paper. This is P2P electronic cash, and we have not realized that yet. And that's why I'm in it. I'm not in it to create digital gold and just, you know, watch a number go up. Like, I want to be able to use it. I want everyone in the world to not have to ask for permission to move money, and to have to ask their bank whether they can deposit something or withdraw. And I don't know. Like, it's if we don't achieve that, to me, it's a failed project, and we should move on to something else.
What would stop it from being used from payments at this point, or what would relegate it to just being digital gold, in your opinion?
Well, no one uses it as payments. Like, that's it. And if it's not accessible in that sense. Like, if people don't understand how to use it as payments, if it's not easy, if merchants aren't accepting it, all these things will compound into people just not seeing it as relevant money, and instead of, you know, just being this digital gold rock.
Bitcoin is the escape hatch built for this moment. As the fiat world burns its trust, Bitcoin builds it. Institutional floodgates are open. The private credit house of cards is collapsing. And meanwhile, the hardest asset on earth keeps absorbing capital. People are asking, is this bad for Bitcoin? No, this is why it exists. It was born from a banking collapse, and it'll thrive in the next one. IMF says buckle up. Jamie Dimon feels the disturbance. In The Force, First Brand shows us how fragile the house of cards really is. Gold's gone vertical, silver's at $50, and the dollar's cracking. And right on cue, Bitcoin payments go live for millions of businesses. Coincidence? Or all part of the global financial transition? Let us know what you think below, and it's almost here. Get ready for Mining Disrupt 2025. Get those tickets to Mining Disrupt 2025. See the future of Bitcoin mining up close in Dallas, Texas, November 11th through the 13th. The biggest names in the industry. Cutting edge rigs, Bitcoin, and AI integration, the signal you won't get anywhere else. Grab your tickets today and use promo code SimplyBitcoin for 20% off, and we'll see you there. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and give us a pamp. And don't forget to set those notifications for the best in Bitcoin news delivered to you daily. Love you guys. Got a lot of great stuff coming your way this weekend, so stay tuned. I'll see you Monday. Love you guys. Peace.
If you prefer to go down with the ship, you.